Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to JGL Gaming, and welcome to Roads to Power. Yes, I just downloaded this DLC a few seconds ago, to be exact. And this is literally the first time I'm looking at it. So I figured I'd make a video out of this, and we will have a look at it together. I barely read any of the dev diaries, so I don't really have much more that I know about this DLC than you guys do, but hopefully we'll figure it out together. And through the power of editing, I can cut out all the parts where I'm actually figuring out what happens. So this is the new start, the Wandering Exiles. So in case you don't know, Road to Power, the main feature is you can play as an unlanded character, which is really, really great, which is something I've been wanting in base game Crusader Kings for many years. You know, there was a very popular mod in Crusader Kings II that allowed you to play as an unlanded character, which I did play on occasion. But from what Meteor has been telling me, and from what I think has been happening behind the scenes, this is a pretty good DLC. So let's have a look. Let's see, who will we pick? Umayyad. Okay. Daughter of the Caliph of Cordoba. Yeah, I was going to say. So the Umayyads obviously are the last caliphate of Andalusia. Walada devoted her life to scholarship and learning, caring little for the expectations of a woman in an Andalusian society. Walada walked unveiled through an austere world, sharpening the minds of women from all strata. All right, cool. That's neat. But I feel like we should play as like a fighter character. I feel like that's most of the content is about fighting. Rodrigo Diaz de Campeador. Is that the famous... what's his name? That's who was also in CK2. Yeah, El Kid. Yeah, the Lord. Yeah, this is the guy who is one of the main characters of sort of the Spanish Reconquista. Can we like play a custom unlanded character? I feel like we should do that. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know how to do it. We'll figure it out, I guess. Create your own adventurer, right? Yeah. All right, so we select, let's say, Holland. I mean, that's always my first go-to. Create your own adventurer. Create landless adventurer with the selected character's capital province. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, here he is. Adriaan van Brederode, who is a skilled tactician, gregarious, ambitious, callous, and brave, because he is, of course, a mercenary, a callous mercenary. So he's a guy who doesn't care much about people. He cares about making money, and he's gregarious. So he will hopefully get a nice party together soon from the inns and the townhouses of Holland, and he will take his party out, maybe to the Holy Land or to Byzantium, and we will see what we can do. All right, so this is our character. Maybe we can add like one point to diplomacy. Oh, we can actually add quite a few points. Let's add one to stewardship as well. Let's add one more to diplomacy, I guess. We have 9 diplomacy, 14 martial. No, actually, we should put this all of this into prowess, as we are, of course, a mercenary. Yeah, there we go. 16 prowess. That ought to do it. Master Adriaan of the Trackers of God. Camp location Holland, Adventurer Realm. With good adventures, unlanded character. Into the vessels, nor do they earn income passively in the usual fashion. Instead, they must take contracts to earn their coin or call in favors from their roll of patrons, alright? Adventurers may freely roam the map. Their main concern is making sure they have enough provisions to survive on the move, alright? Instead of Crown Authority, most adventurers will set a camp purpose. This indicates what type of group they will have and why they stick together, alright? Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Let's see what happens. The roads we walk. The path ahead stretches on and on, a lonely winding thread, twining towards a distant horizon. My camp is quiet. Just a few scattered tents and pack animals yawning in the breeze. Strangers and hangers-on rise with the day, preparing for their morning chores with reluctance. Okay, this is kind of... So we are kind of like Dutch in Red Dead Redemption. we are leading a band of mercenaries / outlaws. So what will we be? Will we be... I mean, we are callous and ambitious. I think we will at least dabble in criminality, you know. We won't be a perfectly honest guy. I feel like Adriaan is not really the kind of guy to care too much about that kind of thing. This will be an army one day. No thefts in the night even. At least I count some good scrappers. You set up with 2 followers skilled in prowess. We can do army or we can do like... I mean... I feel like we would be mostly interested in prowess for now. At least I can count some good scrappers. So we have Hendrik and Gerard joining our camp. Camp followers, here we go. Alright. Your followers. Hendrik the Lion. who is brave, ambitious, temperate, misguided warrior, and flexible leader, but he has some decent prowess, at least he should. 19 prowess, great. And Gerard the Compassionate, who is arrogant, diligent, compassionate, misguided warrior, holy warrior. This is a nice guy. He's arrogant and diligent and compassionate. This is like the outlaw with a heart of gold, basically. And this man, brave, ambitious, temperate, misguided warrior. So this guy's quite similar to us. So this guy will probably be our friend because he's also brave and ambitious. And flexible leader, yeah. All right. So so we are callous. So I guess that makes a bit of sense. And this guy is kind of the sort of conscience of the group, more or less. Gerard, Hendrik, and Gerard, we will make you special interest characters because you are our buddies. All right. So now what? What do we? So we're missing a lot of buttons on the right here. I'm noticing. So we have realm, camp level 1 in Amsterdam. We are wanderers. May change to any other camp purpose without paying hefty prestige. All right. Become swords for hire. Become scholars. Become explorers. Become freebooters. Brigand is such an ugly term. There's nothing wrong with being decisive and practical, especially if you can turn a tidy profit at the same time. That makes sense, I think. You could either do swords for hire or freebooters, I think. And explorers would also be great, actually. There's always another hill, another mountain, another culture, another language awaiting just over the horizon. Sea danger, unlocks more camp upgrades, find slightly more martial contracts, find more diplomacy and intrigue contracts, and find more transport contracts. I would like to travel around a lot. That would be fun. This one is find more prowess and intrigue contracts. And this is find more prowess and martial contracts. I mean, we are martial and prowess, so I guess swords for hire would be nice. Explorers would be nice. Slightly more martial contracts and some diplomacy and intrigue contracts, which we are not great at. Yeah, let's become explorers. Let's become explorers. That sounds like fun. All right. What else is here? So we have realm, succession. You have no heir, fair. So we need to find a spouse. But we won't do that just yet. We're 21 and hale and ready to explore the world. We're not ready to settle down just yet. We have men-at-arms. Create men-at-arms regiment. We could do that, I guess, but we don't really have the money for it right now. Mercenaries. We don't need any. Intrigue. Oh, yeah, I want to change our name, actually. I don't want to be the Trackers of God. What should we call our little mercenary band? We could do the Brederode gang. Or the green. So we have a green. We will do the Green Lions. Because we have a green lion on our shield. I feel like that makes sense. Map color, let's do green. Let's not do orange for once. I feel like I've been doing orange a lot recently. Alright. Customize title. Yep, we are the Green Lions. Alright, the Green Lions. Great stuff. Okay, what can we do? Advise Landless Adventurer. You are an adventurer. Travel the world, visit the courts of rulers to find work, and complete contracts for gainful rewards. You can improve your camp, recruit followers, and build a vast roll of patrons. Alright. Your camp. Alright, let's have a look. As an adventurer, you're not tied to any one piece of land. Instead of having the freedom to travel the world, your base of operations as an adventurer is your camp, which you can upgrade and expand with camp upgrades during the course of your adventuring career. Alright, we'll do that later. You can gather followers, which serve a similar purpose to courtiers. Yeah. Scout for talent. Alright. Additionally, you might also acquire new followers by taking the visit holding decision. As an adventurer, your primary source of income will be contracts. You can see them represented as scrolls on the map. Contracts can be found all across the world and require you to complete a specific task for an employer. Your level of fame determines your contract tier. Alright. So the higher the prestige, the better contracts we get. Makes sense. Obtaining the distinguished level of fame or higher unlocks purchasing or conquering land. Alright, we're not there yet. How much do we need for that? 1,000 prestige. Okay, so we're way off. You can access new contracts by moving your camp, an action which will cost an amount of provisions based on the distance moved. Fair? Yeah, alright. Let's have a look at our camp then. Ooh, damn, this is some nice looking art. I really like this. We have a pavilion. Unlocks a second officer. Second. Hendrik is your courtier or vessel. Let's have a look at our court then. Second, yeah. So let's appoint our friend Hendrik as our second, right? Because this guy is, we don't like him that much yet. We might, like, it's maybe a nice arc that we kind of learn to respect Gerard the Compassionate, but we are kind of bad guys now. With Gerard, maybe we'll be able to convince us. Oh, this guy does have a lot of diplomacy though. Diplomacy Plus 18. This guy's pretty much better in every way, actually. Except for intrigue. And prowess. Let's pick Hendrik for now. Yep, okay, you're our second now. Caravan Master. We have a decent... Oh, Hendrik is also a great Caravan Master, actually. So I guess we can have Hendrik do that as well. Personal Physician and Stooge. Stooge? What is a Stooge? Involuntary focus of the camp, irritation and cruel humor. Okay. Personal Physician. I guess Gerard can be... Oh no, Gerard is pretty bad at it. We will find somebody along the way. Okay. Finding contracts. Settle boundary dispute. Let's move it here. Alright, traveling with your camp. Yeah, we have Hendrik as our caravan master. We don't need any other protection beyond that. So let's start moving our camp. Okay, this will cost us 150 provision. Okay, so we... Ooh, okay, so we can't move very many provinces at once, because we need... we only have 2,500 provisions, and this is only 1 or 2 provinces away. And we need 150 provisions already, so we can't travel all the way to Byzantium in one go, which makes sense, I guess. Oh yeah, let's start moving our camp. Let's turn the speed down a bit. And here we go, we're on our way to the north of Holland to settle a boundary dispute, which is accurate because Holland was always at war with Frisia, historically. So there would be boundary disputes in this area, so I like that. It's probably just a coincidence, but... settle, but we're gonna travel way more than that. Because I wanna travel to like Byzantium and Jerusalem, that area. Alright, so we have a contract, settle boundary dispute. Mayor Frans of Alkmaar wants us to settle this boundary dispute, so let's have a look. Experienced arbitrator is sought by Mayor of Alkmaar to settle boundary dispute. Education in Holy Roman law would be helpful, but even satisfactory aid shall be paid. Alright, he will pay us... Damn, 78 gold, that's decent actually. What happens if we fail? We'll just lose some prestige, that's fine. So we need diplomacy. We don't have that much diplomacy, I guess. But we might as well try. Travel to accept. Alright, the dispute in Alkmaar stems from a minor local legal case. Our employer foolishly ruled a particular natural landmark, okay, to have a slightly different boundary than was traditional. Dozens of cases were spun by petty landholders and privileged peasantry, all of whom had some grievance or other now raised by the change in definition. Alright, he said, pains to let us know that our coin depends on calming the situation quickly and quietly. I think I can resolve this. 29% chance. That's not a lot. Alas, I have no servants skilled enough to leave with you. I lack a suitable officer to delegate to. I can solve anything if I put my mind to it. Okay, so we can do that, but it will cost us 75 stress. But Mayor Frans will become our patron. Or we have 29% chance of doing this. I mean, it's our first contract. We need to put our best effort in. Like, we're ambitious. Yeah, let's just take the stress hit. Arbitration success. Sheer bloody mindedness may not be an efficient way to solve every problem. Certainly, I feel the toll of engaging in such rigorous shouting with so many angry locals, but it is effective. After a scant few hours of screaming and browbeating, people of Alkmaar eventually sheepishly back down. As I knew they would if I showed my will. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. We gain 500 provisions, that's good. But it's better to find martial contracts. Here's one. Rustle animals. Prowess, yeah, so we have pretty decent prowess. This is a criminal contract. Theft of livestock will be punished harshly, no matter the tally or the reason. Alright. Do we have any other contracts in the neighborhood? I don't think so. So I think we will head over here. Complete a prowess scheme. And she will pay us 200 gold. And also hate me. And I get the trade gallows bait. I mean, sure. Smaller group travels faster. Rustling. There is an art to stealing animals en masse. You need to know where you'll be taking them. You can't be subtle, but you have to look like you belong. And when you meet resistance, brutality needs to be swift. The risk of stampede or even just losing control of the herd otherwise endangers the whole endeavor. And when things go wrong, the prophet sinks faster than a storm-tossed ship. Let's hope Countess Richilde isn't guarding her livestock well. Smaller group travels faster. We travel without your domicile. No, we're going to go south. We move as one. You travel with your domicile. This is slower and requires you to spend provisions, but you won't have to make a return trip. Yep. So we have pretty decent prowess, I feel. All right, let's head over to Hainaut and rustle some cattle, I guess. Head south, people. This is fun so far. I like this. It makes there's a lot of good avenues for storytelling. I'm gonna pass my town of Gouda, which is like right here. Utrecht. This is not a very efficient way to travel to Hainaut, because this is all islands. So we're gonna have to take a lot of ferries. Better to go like this. Oh well. The game knows best, I guess. Losing provisions fast, but hopefully we will be able to successfully rustle some cattle, get some money, get some provisions. Maybe even get some men-at-arms soon. That would be fun. Get a little army going. Rustling, Hainaut. Our nightly raid carries us deep into the plains of Hainaut, seeking vulnerable herds of pigs to drive back to our roving camp. Though this area has seemed comparatively easy to brutalize so far, we've refrained from doing so, waiting to find the perfect target before unleashing our worst. Tonight, with the discovery of teeming estate filled with fat kine, we found our target. Now comes the time for violence. Cut down any fool who opposes us. Remember, stick together, focus on the beasts. What's better? Martial challenge and prowess challenge. Right. So one is kind of more strategic, and one is like purely prowess. Okay, cut down any fool who opposes us. The ruthlessness pays off. +1 success for rustling. All right, this girl hates me. We should get out of Hainaut soon, or she'll try to imprison us for sure. Oh, another bit of rustling. Let's cut down any fool who opposes us once again. +1 successful rustling. Scheme successful. All right. Despite the best attempts of Countess Richilde's many lackeys, the Green Lions have reclaimed a veritable horde of beasts from her ignominious clutches. Perhaps they are not naturally ours, but what does that matter to us? With sword and axe, we have taken what we will. And any who would oppose us lie dead in their pastures. May their bodies provide good sport for the crows. We eat like kings tonight. 200 gold and 1250 provisions, which is great. And I gained the trait gallows bait, so I'm kind of a criminal. Hunt criminals. Yeah, let's head to France, I guess, across the border. That makes sense. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's head over to Flanders. Be on the lookout for renegades and reprobates haunting the backroads. If your sword arm is strong and your eye true, Count Robert promises generous rewards in exchange for the head of a particular thug. Yeah, let's do it. We move as one. We're gonna take our camp away from this area, because the Countess of Hainaut doesn't really like us. Great Man-at-Arms Regiment. We can do that. Light Horsemen. I wouldn't mind some horsemen. What good will that do us? What else can we do? We can upgrade our camp, right? Let's do that. Can upgrade the pavilion. Yeah, let's upgrade the pavilion. Here we go. Okay, 200 gold. Looks a second officer. We can have another Man-at-Arms regiment. We get some more provision capacity. We can have more building slots. Yeah, let's upgrade the pavilion. 11 months left. And what else can we get? We get a supply tent, which will give us a lot more provisions, which is nice. Barber's tent. Camp gains major resistance to plagues. That's neat. Baggage train. Find more officers using scout for talent. Roaring campfire. Find more officers using scout for talent. Yeah, we need some more talent. We have too few people in our camp right now. Camp parameter. So this is kind of like this would be nice as well, just to have some protection. Can we construct it? We're already upgrading the pavilion. Let's do that first. Let's get some men-at-arms going. Actually, let's do some horsemen. There we go. 5 horsemen. We're really making a little army for ourselves now. Bring me his head. We first meet Sir Raymond the Brave. 20 prowess. Oof. Okay. In the rolling plains of Lille, the Green Lions spread out towards and around his own little band of ne'er-do-wells, all of us tensed and ready for bloodshed. Ha! Laughs Raymond. Is this everyone you've brought? Excellent, excellent. A bit of fine sport at long last. And you're here in person too. I shall enjoy putting you in the dirt, Adriaan. A terrible stillness overcomes our assembled forces. No one quite willing to break the silence for fear of what might come after. Have at thee, friend. You immediately engage Raymond in a duel to the death. You lose 15 stress because you're brave. You have 18 prowess. This guy is 20. We have signal and ambush to move in from behind, which has a high chance of Raymond escaping. You know, I could use a man like you. This guy joins the... I mean, sadistic, brave, zealous, tough soldier, holy warrior, gallows bait. I mean, I could use a man like you. Count Robert will hate me because I bungled his contract. I get an army of 100 men in Lille. Or he could flee. Sadistic, brave, zealous, tough soldier. I mean, we're brave. Have at thee, friend. This is very dangerous. We're gonna probably die. Oh god. Okay. Okay. For a few brief moments, Raymond and I pace in a lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I have my sword ready to defend myself while he clutches his hammer firmly to hand. Only one of us is walking away from here today, and I intend it to be me. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. For the Lord and St. George, suffer, blasphemer, shrieks Raymond, raising his hammer to the heavens. With this much room to move, you're dead meat, Raymond. Master of terrain, your expert knowledge of the local terrain sends you in good stead. Alright, yep. You're dead meat. With all the space in the world to fight, I run languid circles around Raymond, giving worthless ground with every blow he makes, and retreating effortlessly after my every attack. Raymond counters with a fierce hail of rapid thumps, almost crushing me repeatedly. My form is good with only small errors, and Raymond's stance is formidable. My opponent is still holding off my blows well, but he seems to be close to faltering. Alright. To the floor with you. Unstable foundation should kick Raymond in the shin. Come on, come on. Spotting a moment of opportunity, I deliver a fierce kick right at Raymond's shin, nearly hobbling him. For the Lord and St. George, suffer, blasphemer, he shrieks again. It is incredible, and he seems close to faltering. Okay, we're gonna use our mastery of the terrain again to hopefully hit him again. Our form is excellent with little chance for mistake, and Raymond's stance is formidable. I have my opponent on the back foot, but still need to consolidate my victory. All right. You focus on holding off Raymond. You'll never break my guard, Raymond. Oh, and we died. Welp. That's the end. That's the end of our boy, I guess. Adriaan van Brederode died in the county of Flanders. All right. Can we just reload? Can we just reload that? I guess not. Okay. Well, I mean, we saw a little bit of what the game has to offer, right? Let's just re-roll a little bit. All right. So this is the second attempt. We're going to be playing as Emma Bronkhorst. Emma van Bronkhorst, I think. Here she is. Yeah, so Emma is a very different character from Adriaan, because Emma is not a very martial person, but we did look at sort of the requirements for the different lifestyles. And for the traveler lifestyle, it said you needed a lot of diplomacy and intrigue. So Emma is a very diplomatic and intriguey character. So she's cynical, she's gregarious, she's deceitful, she's calm, she's a grey eminence, and she is comely. So she will be able to do a lot to help in mediating conflicts, which is one of the first sort of assignments we got. She's not a very good fighter, so we should avoid sort of martial assignments this time. And she's very interested in seeing the world. She's very curious, and she is also, of course, in a sense, quite brave, being a woman traveling by herself. I think this will be a little bit of a different run, and I think hopefully it will last a little bit longer than half an hour, and I will see if we can get maybe to Rome or to Constantinople, which is sort of the purpose of what Emma is doing here. Alright, my camp is quiet, just a few scattered tents and pack animals yawning in the breeze. Strangers and hangers-on rise of the day, preparing for their morning chores with reluctance. Most are the miscellaneous chaff that fit in and out of a group, yada yada yada. So I think we will need maybe some guys who are skilled in prowess, actually, because we are missing that. Fortunately, those I do are eloquent conversationalists. Alright, we will have diplomacy, but we have quite some diplomacy for ourselves. Intrigue, we also have quite a bit of that ourselves. So, thanks St. Catherine that we have some intellectuals at least. Dirk and Karel join the camp. Alright, let's have a look. Dirk the Holy and Karel the Wise. Alright, those do seem very intellectual. 25 learning, damn. Dirk the Holy. Chaste, forgiving, trusting, insightful thinker, scholar, monk. So we have a monk following us, who is also a scholar. And he is forgiving and chaste, so we will definitely make him our camp physician. Karel the Wise. Calm, shy, stubborn, insightful thinker. Okay, I think he's calm like us. He's kind of shy. He does have some pretty good traits, actually. So let's see who would make a better second according to the game. This is plus 7.5, plus 14 learning. Plus 8, plus 5, plus 14. And this guy, plus 15 diplomacy. Damn. Plus 6 martial. A lot of extra learning as well. But not that much stewardship and martial. This guy's a little bit more stewardship and martial, but much less learning. And also less prowess, which prowess is something we really need. So let's have Dirk the Holy as our second. Like to move your camp. Travel option. Oh yeah, scout for talent. Right. Okay, so we were looking for that. Let's do that. Just do that always. It will be a little bit slower travel, but we need talent, especially good fighting men, if we're gonna travel safely to Jerusalem. Available campers. Yes, so we are explorers again, but this time we are hopefully more suited to it. And sea danger is also lower, so we can travel more easily by sea, which is nice. We might actually want to do that. Lifestyle. Let's do diplomacy. All right, let's move. It's not a very far journey this time. I think we will start to move southeast towards Constantinople. I think that is our goal. As an ambitious, scholarly woman. No player area, that will hopefully be fine. Can we already find like a spouse to marry Matt? Oh, we can marry Karel. He's 48 though. No, we can do better. We can do better than him. We'll find somebody else. 30. Let it be known amongst you the Count of Ostfriesland offers Catholic patronage to those pious cultured or learned enough to deserve it. Inquire at castle. All right. Yep. Travel to accept. Taking our way in to see Count Sicko thankfully proves surprisingly easy, with just a hint of enticing mystery about our purpose to grease the wheels. Once granted an audience, our purpose becomes clear fairly quickly. As learned explorers, we depend on the largesse of enlightened rulers to keep doing our good work. And so the Count reluctantly agrees to let us stay for a time. But that's all for now. We can do... let's get on with our task. We might add some agent slots. Remember, we're here to learn. Balance range of contribution. Focus on a higher success chance. Sooner we're done, sooner we're back on the road. Higher scheme phase length. I mean, we are pretty good intrigue boys, right? So I think we should focus on the intrigue. Cleric, Dirk the Holy. Footpath. Or Gabbler. He's a slightly better footpad than he is a Gabbler, so let's invite him to that, I guess. Do we have any chance? No, minus 9%, which is terrible. Growth based on your learning, plus 7.7% per phase. Okay, so it is actually growing, which is good. Oh, Dirk gained a pet cat. That's cute. Okay, it is growing, but we need more time. We need like years for this. I don't know if it's really worth it. Map painting, there's something therapeutic about cartography, taking pen and brush to canvas, watching the curves and contours of a region come alive, seeing the world from a whole new perspective. It's simply a pleasant exercise, one that I find taking up many of my idler evenings of late. This newest may be my greatest creation yet, a complete illustrated and annotated chart of Frisia. Alright, I shall create an illustrious work, illuminated map of Frisia. My map shall be famed across the world. Alright. Or I aim to always create masterworks. Okay, let's try that, I guess. You gain illuminated map of Frisia artifact. Alright. We made a map. Here it is. Plus 1 diplomacy, plus 1 learning. That's not bad, actually. Let's equip that. Studious scheming. Dirk is certainly an asset to my contract and providing skill, wisdom and guidance as best as he can at every turn. Most recently, that's meant offering to help tutor me in an effort to improve our overall chances. The offer is tempting if presumptuous. 95% chance of my learning increasing by 3. Damn. Yes, please. Damn. 15 learning. Okay, we're getting there. Let's go up to 45%. Now what? Success chance 45%. Execute scheme. Seize the moment. You finalize your solicited charity against Count Sicko. 45% chance. I mean, let's try, I guess. Failure. Damn it. Back to the wilds. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of boring. We spent like years here, which is not very fun. Travel, a duel demanded. An imposing man is standing on the road ahead of us. I am Egbert of Ostfriesland. I've bested dozens of women in combat, and honestly all those fights were dull. So here I am on the road looking for someone better than me, someone I can learn from. If he can best me in combat, I will become a valuable and loyal servant. And so on this day I demand to meet one of you in a good fight. I'm interested in either you or a fair fight. You might be less valuable after I win. 32% chance. Karel will show you how it's done, 25% chance. I wouldn't mind having this guy in my party. 32% chance of winning? Sure. Nope. I mean, makes sense. We're wounded now. Makes sense. I mean, it would have been nice to have this guy beat us. Or to beat this guy and have him join our party. Improve the reputation of King Harold. So we have pretty decent diplomacy. Let's get on with our task. Remember, we're here to learn. Now we're gonna focus on success because I think we are pretty good at this. Let sleeping dogs lie. A shrill shriek snatches me from my slumber back into the blackness of night. I follow to the source of the noise and find my caravan leader Karel cowering in front of his tent. Emma, do not go inside. There's a wolf in my bed. I peel open the tent and find a wolf, its belly rich with child. It snarls and growls at me, doubtless fearful of what I might do to its unborn babes. I shall slay the beast, gain some prestige, and get the nickname Wolf Slayer, or I become wounded. Sure, okay. You are attacked. Okay, well, at least we gain some prestige. Aggravated wound. Okay, God, we might die. We might die again. And then that's probably it for this first look. I'm at least learning how to play the game a little bit. Ah, okay. Starving soldiers. A figure stumbles into our camp, dirty and tired, clearly in need of a square meal. His name is Ragnar, he says. There are more like me, he gestures off in the distance. All of us left to rot after every petty conflict ends. Our sword arms work as well as ever, but our lot is to wander and starve. We're the only ones who won't rob the vulnerable for food and valuables. Alright. I'd rather die. Alright. Yeah, I could use another blade. Sure. I'm glad to be well again. Okay, I lost a trade ill at least. I'm still melancholic. So Ragnar the Lion has joined us. Irrational opportunist. Alrighty. We can use a bodyguard actually, Ragnar. When you become our bodyguard. Okay, I guess we're at the maximum of this phase. Let's do it with some advantages, I guess. Seize the moment. Success! Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Only 30% chance. He paid me 88 gold, and we gained 500 provisions. We had added Prince Harold to our roll of patrons. Surprising how much a few little words in quiet corners can change a situation. A whisper here, a comment there, and action defended at dinner. It wouldn't have nearly the same meaning coming from a landed magnate, of course. Too much power, too much at stake, and too much risk of insincerity. But a humble explorer, stopping at court briefly as she and her band went her way around the world, well, that's an entirely different game. Needless to say, Prince Harold is more than happy with our efforts, and we must be on our way. We have a long path ahead of us. 88 gold. Okay, that's something at least. Okay, let's travel to... Well, let's see if we can travel to Rome, actually. Let's see if we can make that with our current provisions. Probably not. How much provisions does this cost? Okay, we will lose almost all of our provisions. Maybe if we customize our route to take a ship, maybe that'll be less. Let's have a look. It's only 2,200 provisions, taking a ship. And it's quite safe to do as well. Start moving your camp. Yeah, but we're gonna head down to Rome. I wanna do some real travel this episode. Means to an end. I sit by my pavilion, letting the sounds and smells of the camp wash over me. It's different from a life within the safe walls of a palace. So very different. This freedom is easy to enjoy. No obligations, no counselors yapping, no dignitaries to entertain. None of the downsides of the trappings of power. Yet these freedoms are dearly purchased. The constant scraping for survival wears thin. Increasingly, every night I yearn for a proper bed. I must claim some lands in the future. This character is willing to stop at nothing to become landed. I quite enjoy this life. Or best to keep my options open. I quite enjoy this life. Again, the trade traveler. Okay, we're going to go to the Straits of Gibraltar now. We're almost at Rome. Going by Sardinia. Put it back in speed 2. Ship is catching up. Here we go. We're almost in Rome. Surely there's like a nice contract in Rome for us. Cutting rations. Liege begins Karel. I couldn't help but notice we are about halfway through our provisions. Only halfway. No, it's almost finished, Kyle. There better be something in Rome that we can take. Shouldn't we start reducing our rations, or even better, plan for a stop to stock up? It's not an emergency yet, but these kinds of situations don't need long to take a turn for the worse. Simple delay and we could find ourselves forced to eat the sole of our boots. Stop fighting, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry, we're almost in Rome. We'll be fine. Are there any contracts here? I don't see any. Here's one, an intrigue one. Oh, here's one, and there's a stewardship one. Visited the capital of the papacy. We get 200 diplomacy lifestyle, and we get 4 trade experience in wonder. All right. Visited the Colosseum. 200 martial lifestyle experience, 4 trade experience in traveled. Great city of Roma. Yeah. We've been traveling all across the world. We should actually get married. Mentally nearly. Ragnar the Lion, my bodyguard and knight. Shy, paranoid, brave. Sure. Okay, we're married. We're married, Master Ragnar, our 3rd camp follower. Our strong man. What's this? Escort emissary. This is a transport contract requiring you to travel to a distant country. Yeah, let's do that. Take contract. Where do you want to go? Doesn't say. A delegation from Countess Mariana of Arezzo saunters to the flaps of my great tent. Greetings, adventurers, speaks an envoy. Many are the roads of this world and treacherous. If you'll work for Arezzo, my liege would pay you for your expertise. All right. I was carried to Roskilde, the Hall of King Sven. Okay, we have to go all the way to Denmark. Okay, I will escort Benedetto, this guy, to all the way to Denmark. Sure. Benedetto shall travel safely and swiftly. Sure, okay. Alright. We go over land or over sea? We need somebody to help us cross the Alps, which makes sense. Pathfinder's gear. Traveling mountains and swamps are a challenge. You'll purchase climbing hooks, extra ropes, and all manner of gear necessary to traverse the most treacherous path. That would make sense. Let's purchase some Pathfinder's gear. That'll help alleviate some of the dangers. So we have 9 where there's a low chance of danger. Forest. We can avoid the forests. Maybe visit some nice areas along the way. Then we will head over to Shalland. And then from Shalland we will head back. Well, let's at least bypass the forest again. Okay, so this is a pretty safe route, I feel. Let's start traveling. We have a long road ahead of us. And our camp will stay here in Rome. We're in the Kingdom of Denmark. Transport contract, escort emissary. I am brought before King Sven himself. Alright, you've come at my acquaintance Countess Mariana's behest. No? On what business? Benedetto steps forward. Worthy King Sven, I speak for Countess Mariano of Arezzo, but the message I bear is fit for your ears alone. Come, answers the king darkly. We shall speak in my chambers. Mistress Emma, your service is noted. You may remain as a guest in my castle. Alright, 111 gold. 60 opinion. 150 prestige. Alright, good stuff. You have gained an excelled at contract hook on Countess Mariana. Okay, I guess we did really well, which is nice. Alright, back to Rome. We're going to travel all the way back. Crimes of Passion. Rounding a little cluster of tents as I leave my pavilion, I come across a gaggle of followers having dinner around a small hearth. Curiously, both Dirk and Ragnar are amongst them, neither of whom particularly enjoy one another's company. Before I have time to ponder such a strange quirk of seating, Ragnar mutters something inaudible only for the whisper to send Dirk into a blind rage. With a flash, the weapon is drawn and blood is about to be spilled. Intervene! Let's intervene. You put a halt to this. Stop this, guys. The Hermit. A grotto emerges from the vegetation like a stone arch in a cathedral. On its entry, there's a small wooden table and stall. Someone has left a lantern burning on it. Careful, my liege. Karel holds his arms in front of his chest. There are bandits in these lands. You're quick to make accusations. A dimly illuminated figure stands in the entrance to the cave. I am merely a hermit, and you, well, you carry the title of Duchess. Do I? How fortunate. Please, tell me about my future. The hermit takes a second before replying. He gets up and waits until I follow. There's some herbs scattered around and what seems to be a rudimentary bed. He turns to me when we're away from my entourage and with an oddly deeper voice replies, "You shall find that who seeks." How insightful. Not really. Gain the trait pregnant. Okay, great. Good stuff. Danger on a mountain trail, one foot after another. I slowly move. Okay, we're trying to cross the Alps now. Slowly move forward on a narrow mountain trail. Suddenly I hear a rumble and a quickly silenced scream. Shocked by the commotion, I whip around. Instead of Karel walking behind me, there is only an equally befuddled and tired face of Ragnar standing in front of freshly turned rocks. Where is Karel? I demand to know, my voice barely escaping my dry mouth. My only response is a faint whistling of the wind. Watch where you step. We must step forward. Karel, we will save you. This is very dangerous. Do we care enough about Karel? Watch where you step. We must press forward. I guess Karel died. We will need a new caravan master. Rocks, I hear Ragnar shout out in panic. Soon thereafter, I hear a loud cracking sound, that of wood breaking. Okay, we broke our wagon wheel. I'm sorry, my wife. It was my turn as lookout, and I fell asleep at the range. Godverdomme. We're going to be late. This is actually a Dutch curse word, a pretty bad one as well. It means God damn it, but it's like much worse in Dutch than it is in English. Like, oh man, I guess like if it's kind of like motherfucker, pretty much. Godverdomme, we're gonna be late. Sure, yeah, we're gonna be late. Gonna head back down to Rome, and I think we will leave the adventures of Emma's Rangers here. We had a first look at this mod, and it's pretty good. I still have to get used to some of these missions where you spend like multiple years in somebody's court building up a scheme. Those don't seem like the most fun, but I've been having a lot of fun with the events. I feel like the martial ones are a bit more fleshed out, but I also like the travel ones just because I like travel in this game, and playing as a landless character also sort of makes you appreciate the travel events a bit more. Like if you play as a landed character who is not an adventurer, travel is kind of something you just have to do, and then you kind of click through all the events as soon as you can. But here, you know, it is like what you do is travel. So we've seen that Emma enjoys traveling. She has really increased her skills quite a bit, although she still needs to get sort of her big break here. Maybe get some land even. We will need to be distinguished for that, which we're actually not too far off. So we're just going to have to continue doing contracts. And I think once we reach the distinguished level of fame, we will be able to get land. But I think for now we won't be able to. We won't do that. We will stay it here. We were able to have a look at two quite different traits or quite different sort of ways you can play this mod, this DLC. And I've been having fun. I think it's pretty good. We've been showing you guys sort of a little bit of what you can do here in the camp. We've shown you the purposes, the camp purposes. We've shown you how you can get followers and how to use them a little bit. We can have man-at-arms. And yeah, I've really been enjoying this DLC so far. I hope you guys had at least some kind of a first look at this mod together with me, and I can assure you all these first reactions are genuine, because this is literally the first time I've played Road to Power. I'm not sponsored by Paradox, so I don't get early access to the game, sadly. Maybe one day, maybe one day. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.